How are you guys doing? It has been a good week, uh, or weekend, should I say, in Africa. Usually, there's like a major thing going on. I mean, I know when I say it has been a good weekend, people look at other things that happen and they're like, "What are you talking about, fam?" But yeah, the news have been bad for Africa. You know, every weekend there's either some jihadists attacking somewhere, a mosque is burnt down, a church is looted, or something. But this weekend has been great, and it's just good to see that on the news, uh, especially the major news outlet, they are covering things about football. You know that happened in soccer, how Morocco is doing good and stuff like that. So it'd be nice to see a lot of news like this, a lot of weekends like this in Africa where not big things happen, not many people lose their lives and stuff like that. So, yeah, I just thought, I better come in here and just say this is good. Uh, I hope that it stays like this, like we don't have anything major going on in Africa, especially on the weekends as a continent. I think we have been through so much. So uh, just to see that nothing happened, nothing major happened. I'm not saying that nothing at all happened. I know like there might be some unreported stories that happened in different countries, but that shows that it's not like a really really big thing that usually happens in the countries. So yeah, how are you? Where are you watching from? How was the weekend in Africa over there? But yeah, I just think that it's good to see that. Obviously, I just made a video about Sudan, Khartoum. The city of Khartoum is just like being destroyed, and it's just like crazy the amount of damage that we have seen. The contrast of how the city was to what the city is today is just like disheartening, if that's the word. Um, and I think that a lot of young Africans are not talking much about this stuff. I think we're just like into small little scandals of like who said what that offends who, and we don't really talk about really bigger issues. And maybe that's also some of the problems why we are stuck into this cycle of not coming out of individual country thing, because the moment you step outside of the continent of Africa, you just get that identity of Africa. Like there is no time to explain which country you're from. You just identify as Africans. And young Africans are not talking about the issues of Africa to a full extent, not necessarily just pointing the finger at the Western world, just like saying, what should we do as Africans to solve the problem that we already have? But anyway, thank you so much for joining in. Usually I'm just by myself here, but oops, okay.